Nia is a good ninja, and especially after Seabound, a lot of people even consider her as their favorite, and with good reason. She's so much cooler now. Unfortunately, LEGO's business decisions, they say completely otherwise. I can't even count the times where she was supposed to get a set, but she completely got scammed out of it, even though she pretty much owned it in the show. So while this is a video looking at every single Nia vehicle, I wouldn't really normally calculate the Samurai X vehicles she had before she was the Water Ninja. In this case, this video would be completely depressing if I didn't do that, because then it would just be literally a top 3. So for those reasons, we kind of have to go through the things she rode as Samurai X and also the things she rode as the Water Ninja. The only rules here being that it can't be any side vehicles that didn't really matter, or again, vehicles that she kind of got in the show but not really branded as hers in the sets, including the ones she probably built for other people as Samurai X. So with that being said, let's get right into the video. First off, the very first Nia vehicle she got in Season 2 was the Samurai Mech. And while I wasn't a Ninjago fan yet around the Season 2 period when this set came out, I still know that a lot of people found it very desirable. It was the new Samurai X character that everybody loved, and everybody wanted this guy's mech. I really love the launcher, the snake launcher over on the side. It's very creative for a play feature, and the mech by itself, it's pretty good for its time. I mean, this was one of the very first Ninjago mechs, and they were just kind of figuring out how to use certain techniques in certain places. And zooming into modern day mechs, you can really see how the designers have truly learned their tricks when it comes to building mechs. Season 3 didn't really have anything for her unless you count the car that Garmadon drove in, but that was really more of a Garmadon and Lloyd car that Nia built, so we won't count that. After that, there is a Season 4 vehicle that she pretty much owned, and that was the DB Express. This one was really cool because it had so much features, especially as a set. I mean, it could completely expand. There was a bike that came out. Not to mention that in the show, it also had a pretty huge role, not just being a safe home for the brown Ninja Dareth, but also being their mode of stealth with Nia and everything. So that was pretty cool to see. And here is the most Water Ninja-y vehicle, or motorized vehicle, that we might ever get for Nia, and that is Nia's Skybound bike. And it was pretty different for its design. Again, it's with Nia's older color scheme with that weird shade of red and the blue, which is pretty desirable, but I really like how her new color scheme is with the gunmetal gray and the blue highlights. That works so much better for her, and I really wish we got a proper vehicle for her in this color scheme. The next season, Hands of Time, was pretty groundbreaking in terms of sets because there were 2 ninja on the boxes, one being Nia, and Kai and Nia actually shared a vehicle, so this is technically a Nia vehicle, and that is the Fusion Dragon. I really like the Fusion Dragon. I like the set in general because it looks really fun as a playset. You're getting a proper build and also a proper dragon, so it looks really fun to play with, and in the show there were some pretty epic scenes where they powered this up. After Hands of Time actually came the Ninjago movie, where Nia got her only vehicle that she would ever get in her modern color scheme, and that's honestly a bit sad, but we don't really count this as a proper Nia vehicle since this was from the Ninjago movie, but still pretty cool and amazing value for the price you paid for the set. So we have to skip a few seasons. Season 10 didn't have any sets, but it had a Legacy line, and there she got a remake of her Samurai X mech from way back in Season 2, which we talked about. The explanation behind this was in the Legacy short, Nia said that if she could go back and rebuild her Samurai mech, she wouldn't build it as clunky as it looked back then, but instead it would be more sleek and agile and more worth its material. So that's kind of the explanation to why it's smaller as a set, but come on, a $15 Ninjago set with 3 minifigures and one pretty cool mini mech. I mean, I'll take that any day. I love that $15 price point, and they really have an amazing value for money here. Secrets of the Forbidden Spinjitzu brought her nothing again. Prime Empire, technically, she did have the tuner car, but it was branded as Scott's vehicle in the set for some reason. I mean, come on, it was literally Nia's color scheme. At least give her that, but no, they did not do that, and that was unfortunate. Master of the Mountain, it was already carrying different types of sets that LEGO was unsure of it would really sell or not because it was very specialized. You know, some of Ninjago's sales demographic is just random kids who don't even know the show buying cool cars and bikes. And when Master of the Mountain had all these weird sets like Rhino and everything, I don't think they could really risk with Nia being in the mix of all this. So no, Master of the Mountain did not have any Nia sets. And then the island could have had a Nia set. They could have easily made the catamaran from the Catamaran Sea Battle a Nia one, because Nia should own some water vehicles. She's the water ninja, but no, that is not the case either. They made it Kai's. And that brings us to the very most recent season, and that is Seabound, where she actually did get a proper vehicle. Finally. I mean, if Seabound was her last season, at least she did get something. And that was the Water Dragon. And yes, this isn't really much of a Nia vehicle. She is the Water Dragon, but let's count it. Let's give Nia at least this. I mean, Lloyd's Hydramech was pretty much a Nia vehicle. She rode it so much more than Lloyd did, but LEGO didn't even want to make a proper mechanized Nia vehicle for even her last season, if this is her last season. However, that is all for this video, going through every single Nia vehicle. I mean, we pretty much did go through every single Nia vehicle, even though we said there were some rules to which ones we would count and which ones we wouldn't. We just skimmed through the ones that we normally wouldn't count. And honestly, I wish they really did give Nia something more. And after Seabound, I feel like she would have sold so much better than she did before. LEGO just had to give her some attention and focus on her for a season or two. Thank you for watching a Nia topic Ninjago video, and as usual, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!